Rawteur. So, the Pentagon just blacklisted a Hollywood film team. Yeah, you heard that right. We're talking about A House of Dynamite. It's directed by Kathryn Bigelow and written by Noah Oppenheim. Now, the film centers on a high-stakes nuclear standoff and the US military's ability to intercept an incoming missile. Basically, the kind of big, technical, geopolitical thriller that Bigelow has made her name on. Now, the movie hasn't even been out that long, but it's already got the Department of Defense in full-blown PR mode. Now, that's because, according to the Pentagon, this film is, quote, misleading propaganda. Yeah, the Pentagon, the same institution that's worked hand in hand with Hollywood for decades, is calling a Hollywood movie propaganda. You can't make that up. Now, apparently, what set them off is how A House of Dynamite depicts the accuracy of the US missile defense system. In the movie, a missile is fired and America's missile shield misses. It fails, basically. Now, that's the dramatic engine of the story. But the Pentagon says that portrayal is completely false. They claim the real system, known as GMD, ground-based mid-course defense, would never fail like that. Their official statement basically says, be sure to clap the like button so that future updates hit your homepage first.
I want to read what the Pentagon put out in a recent memo obtained by CNN and have you respond. Quote, the fictional interceptors in the movie missed their target, and we understand this is intended to be a compelling part of the drama intended for the entertainment, emphasis is the Pentagon's, intended for the entertainment of the audience. However, the following facts and results from real-world testing tell a vastly different story about the actual GMD system currently on alert.
Noah Oppenheim, the screenwriter, wasn't having it. He clapped back in an interview saying that the film was informed by actual experts in missile defense and that the Pentagon's insistence that their system works perfectly is, in his words, preposterous. He even said their overreaction kind of proves the point, that the movie hit a nerve because it got too close to reality. Now here's where things get wild. After this back and forth, reports started circling that the Pentagon quietly blacklisted the production team. They revoked access to consultants, denied future cooperation, and put A House of Dynamite on what insiders call the restricted list. So, if you're wondering what that means in Hollywood terms, it's basically silent punishment. You don't get invited to the sandbox anymore. You want military equipment, bases for scene locations, or technical advisors for your next project? Well, good luck with that, right? And that's the same playbook the Department of Defense has used for decades to control how it's portrayed on screen. If you cooperate, you get access. If you don't, they'll cut you off. And it's not new. It's the same reason Top Gun looked like a Navy recruitment ad, because it literally was. The Pentagon's Entertainment Media Office has reviewed scripts and approved content for every movie, from Transformers to Iron Man to Captain Marvel, and TV show, I should say, but I didn't get any TV examples. Again, apologies. Anyway, basically, they love Hollywood when it flatters them, but when someone shows them missing the shot, suddenly it's misleading propaganda. Now, what makes this one interesting is that it's Kathryn Bigelow. I mean, she's been here before, right? We remember her from Zero Dark 30, which is an amazing movie. But even that movie sparked its own Pentagon controversy over how it portrayed torture. Some called it propaganda for the CIA. Others said it was too critical. But the common thread is always control. Who gets to decide how these stories are told? So now, Bigelow and Oppenheim are basically persona non grata at the Pentagon. And that's where this story stops being just about one movie and starts being about a system. Because the Pentagon isn't just a government agency, it's a brand that cares deeply about its image. And it spent decades shaping that image through Hollywood partnerships. The tanks you see, the fighter jets, even the dialogue sometimes are all pre-approved. They want the military to look competent, clean, and heroic. Not flawed, not bureaucratic, definitely not human. If you understand what I'm saying there. A House of Dynamite breaks that mold. It asks the question, what if the system fails? What if we're not as invincible as the movies tell us that we are? And that's why the Pentagon's response is so revealing. They didn't just say we disagree. They called it propaganda, flipping the label that usually gets used against them. That's a powerful tell, because when someone in power starts controlling which stories are allowed, it's not just about accuracy, it's about ownership, right? This movie might not be perfect, but it clearly touched a nerve. And the backlash says more about the Pentagon than it does about the film. You have to wonder what message this sends to filmmakers. If you make a movie that questions government infallibility, do you lose access? Do you get labeled a problem? Do you quietly get blacklisted? Hollywood's relationship with the military has always been transactional. The government provides hardware and access. Hollywood provides image management. Both sides win as long as everyone sticks to the script. But when a filmmaker decides to show the cracks in the system, that deal falls apart fast. And this is where Bigelow's track record makes the story even more interesting. She's one of the few directors who can handle military realism with both respect and skepticism. Her movies aren't anti-military, they're anti-myth. She shows the costs, the emotional, psychological, and political fallout that usually gets glossed over. So when she and Oppenheim depict a failed defense system, it's not about fear-mongering. It's about realism. It's about accountability. And for some reason, that was too much for the Pentagon. Now, I don't know about you, but when a movie makes the most powerful defense institution in the world this defensive, that's a movie worth watching. And I watched it, and it was just kind of mid. It was all right. Now, the bigger question is, what happens next? Because this kind of blacklisting doesn't come with a press release. It's quiet. Suddenly, your requests for cooperation don't get returned, your projects don't get approved, your emails go unanswered, and Hollywood notices. That's how you create self-censorship without ever passing a law or issuing an edict. You just make it professionally inconvenient to tell the wrong story. And that's exactly why stories like this matter. Because if filmmakers back down every time the Pentagon disapproves, we lose the ability to question institutions that shape our world. If truth makes them uncomfortable, good. That's what art is supposed to do. The Pentagon blacklisted the team behind this movie, but maybe that's the clearest sign they did something right. What do you think? Is this censorship or just damage control? Let me know in the comments below, and for more industry insights, check out this video right here.